More and more men are stepping back from dating, and it's not out of laziness, fear, or emotional immaturity. It's because they've started seeing through the double standards, contradictions, and silent expectations that govern today's dating culture. You give time, money, energy, and in return, you're met with games, mixed signals, and exhaustion. If you don't recognize what's happening, you pay, not just with your wallet, but with your mental clarity, your self-respect, and your sense of peace. This is the story behind why so many men are pulling back, and what you need to learn from it if you want to stop wasting time on women who don't value what you bring to the table. It starts with a contradiction so blatant, it would be laughable if it weren't so common. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need anyone. But come the first date, she's suddenly expecting the man to pay, to plan, to lead. I make as much money as a man, she declares, but still wants the man to be the provider. Equality is demanded, but only when it brings benefit. When it's inconvenient, traditional roles make a mysterious comeback. This isn't just hypocrisy, it's strategic. Feminism is embraced when it empowers, but discarded when responsibility shows up. It's like signing a contract where one side gets all the rights, none of the duties. A thinking man sees through this. He sees that many women shout for equal pay and equal opportunity at work, rightfully so, but once it's about dating, they revert to expectations from decades ago. He should pursue, provide, protect, initiate. They want the best of both worlds and none of the costs. A man who sees this clearly starts adjusting his investment accordingly. This isn't equality. This is a power play, wrapped in modern language. Some women even weaponize feminism to shut down criticism, turning every disagreement into an attack on their womanhood. They demand respect for their independence and strength, then turn around and expect chivalry like it's the 1950s. And it goes even deeper. In social discourse, these same voices are often silent when real issues arise. They won't speak up about rising violence, group assaults, or uncomfortable truths in society, especially when the facts don't fit their narrative. But let a politician mention immigration or city crime, and suddenly they have time to comment. The inconsistency isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It's manipulation, dressed up as ideology. Men of value, of reason, see through this manipulation and simply opt out. They refuse to be pawns in a game where the rules change the moment they start winning. And that's just the beginning. The real trap starts even earlier, before the first text is even replied to. It's what we now call the bare minimum theater. Imagine walking into a restaurant and being told you have to order a minimum amount of food before the waiter will even serve you. That's what dating has become. Women post videos listing all the things a man must do just to qualify. Plan the date, pay for everything, bring flowers, shower her with compliments, and be available at all times. And if he does all this, congratulations, you've fulfilled the bare minimum. It's treated like a toddler finally learning to walk. A man takes you out, gives you attention, opens up emotionally, and the response is, that's what you're supposed to do, bare minimum. But here's the question that changes everything. Why would a man of standards, of self-worth, give his energy to someone who starts the connection with a list of demands before he even knows her? Think about it. If someone sends you a job application and before the interview, they're already listing everything they want, but nothing about what they bring, how seriously do you take that person? How much would you invest? A smart man sees this immediately. He doesn't ask, what does she want from me? He asks, what is she offering? Because often, the ones who demand the most bring the least. They see themselves as the prize to be won, not a partner to build with. It's arrogance disguised as standards. It's like a bankrupt businessman telling investors his conditions for funding. No contribution, just expectations. And here's the irony. It often comes from women who have no awareness of their own value beyond presence. They think just being there, just showing up, is enough. Like a business partner who thinks attending meetings is the same as running the company. A self-respecting man recognizes this imbalance and shifts his energy to someone who brings appreciation, not just demands. But not every woman is like this. That's not the point. The point is, you have to learn to recognize who's who. You have to stop guessing and start reading the signs. Because the next trap is even harder to detect. It's the silence, the vagueness, the passive signals that say everything and nothing at once. It's the ambiguity of female interest. Most men don't realize this, but women have mastered the art of subtle communication to such a degree that it becomes almost invisible. You're supposed to chase, plan, text, call, without even knowing if she sees you as a romantic partner or just a temporary distraction. Imagine investing in a stock without knowing if the company even exists. That's what modern dating often feels like for men. Time, money, emotional energy, all on the line, while she keeps her cards hidden. And if you dare to ask where she stands, you're suddenly too forward, too intense. Women expect men to read their minds, but when men fail to interpret cryptic messages, they're blamed for not understanding. It's a communication setup designed to keep options open while placing all the emotional risk on the man. This isn't disinterest, it's strategy. It allows her to walk away at any time, claiming she never gave any signals, never showed interest, never made promises. That's power. That's control. And it keeps men spinning their wheels. A wise man sees this and demands clarity before investing. He doesn't play a game where only one side knows the rules. Still, even clear interest isn't enough, because sometimes, even when the signals are there, the actions don't match. And that leads to a realization that hits most men too late. Something essential is missing. It's called reciprocity, real, tangible, mutual effort. Let me tell you a story. A man planned weekly dates for 3 months. Fancy restaurants, concerts, theater nights. He gave his time, his money, his creativity. And what did she do in return? She showed up. That's it. Just presence. No initiative, no planning, no investment. Imagine a business deal where one partner supplies all the funding and the other just provides their name. That's not a partnership. That's exploitation. When she says, "You're paying, right? That's your job, not mine," the message isn't subtle. It's a declaration. You're expected to provide, to invest, to prove, while she reserves the right to observe and decide. And it doesn't stop there. Some women don't work. They don't cook. They don't clean. They have a maid for that. They order food. Yet they expect men to not only accept this, but to celebrate it, and still pick up the bill. Real reciprocity means initiative. It means she also suggests the next date. She also takes the check once in a while. She shows that she's not just along for the ride, she's in the car with you, steering together. But too often, reciprocity is confused with just splitting the bill. That's not it. Real mutuality goes deeper. It's about emotional engagement, about willingness to build something together, about interest expressed in effort. You can feel it when it's there, and you can feel it when it's not. This imbalance doesn't come from nowhere. It's the result of a social conditioning that's gone off track. Some women have been raised to believe that simply being present is a contribution, that because they exist, they are owed attention, investment, and affection. Reinforced by a false sense of unlimited options and a wildly inflated self-perception, many carry themselves like high-value stock, despite offering nothing beyond appearance. Ask them what they bring to a relationship, and you get silence, entitlement, or deflection. They think a man should feel lucky just to spend time with them. But that's not connection. That's delusion. A healthy relationship is based on giving and receiving. If one gives, and the other only takes. That's not love. That's a transaction. And this pattern leads us straight to one of the most dangerous dynamics of modern dating: the princess syndrome. We live in an era where many women believe they deserve royal treatment simply for existing. No contribution, no effort, no accountability, just an expectation that men will fight for their attention while they do nothing in return. It's like walking into a restaurant that charges 5-star prices but serves you fast food on a paper plate. A man with self-worth sees this instantly. He doesn't confuse entitlement with elegance. He adjusts accordingly. And if you think this is just theory, listen to the actual tactics some women use to get what they want. If he doesn't buy you flowers, tell him that disappoints you. Or better yet, say your ex always did. This isn't love. This is manipulation. This is learned behavior taught and passed around like dating advice. But here's the truth. A high-value man treats a woman not based on her expectations, but on her behavior. He doesn't get swayed by titles or tactics. He observes. Does she give back? Does she bring warmth, clarity, kindness? Or just demands, conditions, and comparison? This princess mentality is often born in the artificial world of social media, a place where women get validation on demand, attention without effort, and constant reminders that they are the center of the universe. In such an environment, it's easy to forget that real relationships require humility, contribution, and character. Social media has inflated egos and distorted reality. It has trained women to expect a parade for every minor interaction, to believe that dating should always feel like a rom-com highlight reel, and men, real men, are burning out trying to meet those standards. While he's focusing on building something real, he doesn't notice that he's been placed in orbit, close enough to hope, never close enough to land. She keeps him spinning, just out of reach, always waiting, always proving, and he plays along, hoping to earn his place. But he never will, because he was never chosen, only tolerated. That's the orbit strategy. Keep men close, keep them guessing, keep them giving, without ever committing. It's not accidental. It's tactical. And it leads directly into the next quiet crisis of dating today: the backup plan mentality. While many men focus on one woman trying to build a connection, she is chatting with 10 others. She rotates them, keeps them in her inbox, uses them for attention, validation, safety. She doesn't see him as a priority, only as an option. Listen to how openly some women admit this. I date multiple guys. After 10 weeks, I pick the one who keeps proving himself. I don't commit after the first coffee. I keep things open. It's more fun that way. She treats dating like shopping, like testing products at a mall. And here's the real sting. While she juggles options, she expects exclusivity from you. She wants you focused, loyal, attentive, while she's scrolling through her DMs at midnight, keeping all doors open. That's not just disrespect. That's manipulation of the highest order. A smart man sees it. He mirrors her behavior, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. If she treats him like an option, he treats her like an option. He protects his time, his heart, his energy. He knows that giving his all to someone who's only half there is a recipe for resentment. And in the age of dating apps and infinite swipes, this grass is greener disease has infected everything. Women swipe endlessly, addicted to the next best thing, always comparing, always doubting, always imagining better. They can't settle into one connection because they're too busy evaluating alternatives. So they never go deep. They never stay. And it gets worse. Because in this culture of constant stimulation, social media has created a warped version of romance. One where real life isn't enough. Where a regular date, a simple laugh, a quiet moment, feels dull unless it's been edited, filtered, and uploaded. Real experiences are forgotten. Manufactured moments are celebrated, and dating becomes a competition in performance. Instagram and TikTok have created a generation that believes every date should look like a music video. If it's not filmed, staged, and posted, it didn't matter. Real emotion is replaced by aesthetic. Real connection is drowned in comparison. Every couple on your feed seems happier, richer, more in love. But it's fake. Carefully curated highlight reels. Behind those perfect posts are arguments, insecurity, emptiness. But the illusion persists, and the pressure grows. So women expect magic, and men exhaust themselves trying to deliver it. But even the best intentions crash when the goalposts keep moving. A man plans a heartfelt date. She's unimpressed because it wasn't Instagrammable. He shares his feelings. She calls it too much. He offers presents. She wants presentation. And the cycle repeats. In a world where love is judged by likes and moments are filtered before they're felt, men are stepping back. They're not giving up. They're waking up. They're realizing that real love doesn't live on screens. It lives in action, consistency, mutual effort. And if she doesn't understand that, if she's chasing fantasy instead of building reality, he walks away. Not because he can't win her, but because she's not playing a game worth winning. And just when you think it can't get any more subtle or sophisticated, comes the final, most dangerous level of all. Emotional manipulation as a default mode. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't confront. It controls. It begins with words like, "If you really loved me, you would." That phrase alone is the gateway to emotional blackmail. It's not a request. It's a test. A trap. A man who hears this needs to listen beyond the words, to the pattern. The goal is not connection. It's compliance. Some women have mastered this psychological tool set early in life. They learn that praise for things not yet done creates guilt-driven performance. They compliment a man on gifts he hasn't even given yet, just to plant the seed. "You're so thoughtful. I love how you always bring me little things." He hasn't, but now he feels like he should. And if logic doesn't work, they switch to emotional pressure. Use your charm. You know what I mean. It's not love. It's leverage. These tactics are designed to extract more investment without reciprocating. They play on your generosity, not to honor it, but to weaponize it. You're kind? Great. Now give more. You're loyal? Perfect. Now prove it by ignoring your needs. And men, because they want to be good partners, fall into this web. They confuse manipulation with affection. They confuse testing with teasing. And before they know it, they're giving from a place of guilt, not connection. That's not love. That's performance under pressure. Some women have learned that tears and emotional displays open doors faster than honesty. That drama is more effective than directness. That silence can punish more than shouting. But a mature man doesn't chase silence. He doesn't decode passive aggression. He responds to action, not to crocodile tears. He sets boundaries, not ultimatums. And when those boundaries are crossed, he doesn't fight. He walks. Because emotional intelligence isn't just about empathy. It's also about protection. And while it's true not every woman plays these games, the ones who do leave deep scars. So what should a man do? Give up? Close his heart? No, that's not the answer. The answer is selective investment. You don't stop giving. You stop giving to the wrong people. Look for signs. Real ones, not words. Does she initiate contact or always respond? Does she suggest plans or just say, "Sure," to yours? Does she ever cover the bill? Not because she has to, but because she wants to show appreciation. Does she ask you how you are, or does she only talk about herself? These are not small gestures. They're the blueprint. The difference between a user and a partner is in the details. True interest is shown in effort, not emojis, in consistency, not confusion. A woman who values you will make space for you, not just in her schedule, but in her heart. She'll invest, emotionally, mentally, practically. Not just because you're giving, but because she believes in mutual energy. She'll be emotionally present, not manipulative. She'll choose clarity over control, calm over chaos. She won't test your love, she'll reflect it. No games, no hidden messages, no power plays, just presence, authenticity. And when you meet someone like that, that's when you increase your investment. Not all at once, but step by step. Value for value. Energy for energy. And if you want to go further, if you want to meet women who match your values, your ambition, your depth, then the first step is sorting. Ruthless sorting. Stop chasing what looks good online and start seeking what feels good in real life. Build filters. Learn to say no fast. Spot red flags early. Don't excuse bad behavior just because she's attractive. Don't confuse high maintenance with high value. And most importantly, never give away your time, energy, or self-respect just because you're afraid to be alone. The right woman will not demand you exhaust yourself to be worthy. She'll meet you halfway. She'll bring peace, not pressure. She'll make you feel seen, not tested. And she'll add to your life, not drain it. Now you know why intelligent, self-aware men are pulling back from modern dating. They're not bitter. They're not broken. They're done playing roles in someone else's story. They're choosing clarity over chaos, intention over impulse. They're no longer willing to fight for attention or beg for respect. They're not participating in games designed to keep them guessing and giving. Instead, they're waiting, observing, evaluating. And only when a woman shows she's different, through action, through effort, through honesty, they step forward. That's the shift. That's the standard. But there's one more thing. A question that's silently echoing in the minds of millions of men. What makes a man stop approaching women altogether? What makes him go beyond selective investment and give up completely? The answer is heavy. It's real. It's the 12 brutal truths that drive men away from dating entirely. And if you're ready to hear them, unfiltered, direct, no sugarcoating, then make sure you watch the next video. Because understanding these truths won't just change how you date, it might save your sanity.